Okay, get the game loading and head right in. This is going to be played on Heavy Rain. Just switch scenes directly into it as our game loads. Maybe one of these days I'll have to ask my friends over at Base Trade TV if I can borrow their map intros. So this is our proper silver game this week between StraTk Gaming and Lucky 13. Up to this point, they are in fact tied 2-2. The Mighty L and Joe AKC taking the first two games for the Lucky 13, but Sauce and Ping Pei taking the next two games for StraTk. So, spawning down here in the lower right, we have Lucky 13's Allesandro playing as our red. Well, he actually chose random, but he has drawn Terran today. And so we're going to have a TVT. As our other player spawning in the upper left is StraTk's Landot, playing as our teal Terran. So, Landot does not yet know it is a TVT. The fun of random. Allesandro not in fact announcing his race like some random players are wont to do. I have no idea of Allesandro's ability to play any of the races. In fact, I have no familiarity with any of these players yet. This is my first time watching them. But over the next weeks, I'll probably continue to watch a lot of these players and get a feel for them. This is the very first week of the Chobo Team League. You can look at the intro at the, look at the title and type that into your browser, choboteamleague.enjin.com. for more information on the Chobo Team League. The short version is, it is a league for players of diamond and below levels with various levels in every competition. So every week there is a bronze/silver game, a silver game, 3 gold league games, 1 platinum game, 1 diamond game, and a diamond ace match. The ace match is a best of 3, every other game is a best of 1. So far, what we have out is, well, pretty identical builds, except that Landot is taking an early gas, so he is likely going to do a Reaper expand, whereas Allesandro is going pure mineral so far. Looks like we might be seeing some cheese, as I see 2 SCVs heading out for Allesandro. 1 SCV, that's probably a scout. 2 SCVs, probably cheese. So, we'll see what we can see. What kind of cheese we got coming out today? Gouda, cheddar, mozzarella, parmesan. Proxy barracks. And second barracks. So, Proxy 2 racks after the racks at home. Interesting choice. We'll see how it works out for him. Still absolutely no gas for Allesandro. And rather than taking that Reaper, we actually see Landot taking an early reactor on his first barracks. Otherwise, not really utilizing that gas he took. Interesting choice, but do remember, these are Silver League players, so their strategies are not necessarily as refined as pro games you may have watched. So we have those proxy barracks finishing up at about the same time for Allesandro. Let's see what he's going to do with them. He is now getting down that first gas. And we see he did actually do 1 Reaper, and there's Landot's Reaper actually getting taken out by 2 Marines back home for Allesandro. considering that, it looks like Allesandro is going to be in a commanding lead because these were not scouted by Landot. At least I'm pretty sure they weren't. No, Landot has not yet seen the proxy. So, this could be absolutely devastating. This game could be over really fast. So the first 2 Marines out for Allesandro. Waiting for a few more before going out. In fact, heading across the map with his existing 4 Marines. Starting to build stuff down here, but still having not scouted the proxy racks. He is getting a good number of Marines out, though. That reactor really doing work, getting out another barracks. In fact, 2 more barracks. So both players going to have 3 barracks, but Allesandro going to be a little bit behind in his timing. However, Allesandro is starting to move forward with these Marines. However, Landot has too many Marines. 4 Marines trying to battle against 6 Marines. Does not work out very well for the 4 Marines. And it looks like this proxy has finally been scouted. Landot really turning the tables, taking down all the Marines. Looks like he's going to be able to at least force these to fly home, perhaps even take out these racks. But the Marines that he was building at home now heading into the base. Allesandro might be able to get some work done with these. And with Landot's Marines choosing to chase them rather than take down these racks are able to continue to produce more Marines. And losing all of his Marines. This is a pretty tight game, folks. SCV is now being pulled to try to deal with Allesandro's overwhelming number of Marines. Allesandro with the better production right now, but Landot choosing to make 2 tech labs rather than continue to produce more Marines out of those new racks, allowing Allesandro to continue to produce more and more Marines, and SCVs are not very good against Marines. Both SCVs still available for Allesandro. In fact, he's getting a bit of a mineral bank going on. Now he might want to actually use them to build more racks or something. This bunker being absolutely useless as the front line has moved further back. And ozing off and trying to defend the ramp, not all that useful when Allesandro is using Marines and not something that's a melee unit because, well, there aren't really melee units for Terran. So, these SCVs, however, doing a pretty good job taking down some Marines, getting to just the right place and helping screen for his own Marines. But this is a really close game, folks. Pretty good play out of both players, even if it started with cheese. Looks like Landot has finally gotten a bit of the upper hand. Allesandro simply not spending all of his minerals effectively, up to 700 mineral bank. We see that a lot in Silver League games, and that's going to cost him, as he just doesn't have enough Marines or enough anything to deal with Landot here. Really should have built some more racks, but he just didn't do it, and because of that, Allesandro actually GG's out. Now, he probably still had a pretty significant chance. He wasn't behind that far, but with his proxy having failed, he just decides to GG out rather than try to play it out. Landot taking another game for StraTk, bringing StraTk up to 3-2 after having dropped the first 2 sets.